All right. I think we are live.
I think so.
Yes. Hi, everyone. Welcome to this week's Fireside Dev Hang. My name is Idris Olubisi, developer educator at Midnight Foundation. It's great to see you all here joining us today. We have got some really exciting lineup where we'll be going through demos, updates, and also some of the ways for you to get involved in the ecosystem. So I'll do a quick rundown on what we're covering today. First, we have Sebastien, our CTO, and Rob from Midnight Studio here to demo. And then this is going to be a great look at what is being built at the foundation level. And then I'll be highlighting our content bounty program. If you're a creator, a writer, a video maker, this is your chance to contribute to Midnight and also get rewarded for it. And then after that, I'll showcase like some OpenZeppelin contracts for Compact, a library that makes things easy for you to build smart contracts on Midnight. And then finally, we are going to wrap up with a community Q&A. We are excited to have everyone contribution and also ask your question. But before we dive in, I want to do a quick shout out. The first Aliit Cohort Zero is now live with 17 ambassadors, leading the charge across different regions.
So 11 countries.
11. Yeah, that's really cool. So if you are building or creating content or hosting community sessions, you can join like the future cohort and also start earning points immediately on Zilly. Samson is going to share more details on that later on in the session, so stay tuned. So all right, let's get right into it. Now I'm excited to hand things over to Seba, our CTO. Seb, take it away.
Yeah, thanks for having me. So, as mentioned, my name is Sebastien. I'm the CTO of the Midnight Foundation. Our role at the foundation covers many different parts of the project, but one of them that we focus a lot about is where are we going from here? Obviously, we are building the network as it exists and the network that will launch at mainnet. But a blockchain is never just the mainnet launch. There's also, an ambitious roadmap and an ever-evolving vision. And so one of our roles of the foundation is trying to figure out what is that vision? Where are we going? How do we actually get there in practice? And so that's something that I spend a lot of my time every day thinking about.
Sure.
And to make that happen, we have a few different engineering teams at the foundation trying to think about what that future might look like. Experiment with different ideas, try out different things, engage different market segments, and see what capabilities we're missing, where we need to be in the right position. One of our teams to enable this is the Midnight Studios team that tries to build concrete applications using Compact, using Midnight, so that their experience building with the platform helps feed back into the roadmap planning and make sure that we're able to meet all the top requirements that different Midnight developers might have. And one of the most difficult things to try and build is something like, for example, a game, because a game needs to be fast, it's complicated, it needs to be engaging. It requires all these different facets all across different areas of technology. And so that's one of the things we've been experimenting with. And so we have Rob here from the Midnight Studios team to talk about some of the stuff that him and the team have been building.
Yeah, hi, I'm Rob an engineer at the Midnight Studios team. We've been spending the better part of like the last half year working on a game in Compact on Midnight. All the game logic's been written in Compact. Everything's deployed like on the network. We've had to innovate quite a few things, like in-browser WAS improving, and among other things, to get this game out of the water. Do we want to do like a live demo?
Twist my arm.
Okay. Let me share the screen. Okay. There. Okay. Yeah. So this is our second game on Midnight called Dust to Dust. It's deployed live on a network right now. So it's a dungeon building deck builder where you'll be battling different foes using spirits that you've collected along the way. Let's just get into one of these battles first so we can give an example. Here are some of the spirits that you can see in the game. They have different attributes. You can improve them, sell them, get better ones throughout the game. Let's just go into the battle with these here. They do things like elemental damage. You can block as well, so you don't lose the battle by just dying. They can also trigger each other's like synergies. For example, this spirit here, this yellow one right here, can actually trigger this spirit here if they're drawn on the same turns. Special ability, which is extra defense. So you'll have 7 in a battle right now, but in every turn of the battle, since it's kind of like a deck builder, you'll just be drawing 3 at a time randomly. And so you kind of want to bake in synergy into which ones you're choosing, because you won't be guaranteed to get like the same 3 popping every time. It'll be a randomized selection for this. And all the logic is fully done inside of Compact. And as you'll see, you didn't see anything popping up about lace or anything like that. We've actually managed to avoid that just to help onboard new users. So all you need is a web browser to play this game, because we've got like a JavaScript temporary wallet inside the game, as well as we got a temporary JavaScript wallet inside the game, as well as we use a service that we wrote called the Batcher, which will actually let you post transactions to it, so you don't actually need to have a Lace wallet. How that works is we do all the proving for the contract of the game inside of Wasm, so they don't need to install Lace. And then once you have the proof for like the game logic inside the contract ready, you'll send it off to the Batcher, which will stitch it together with the like to pay the fees and do the proving for the transaction balancing and such. So it's like a massive improvement for onboarding new users. They don't have to install anything else. Yeah, so as you can see, we got like a new ability. I believe, let's find that here. I think it was this one here. As you defeat bosses and such, you'll gain new abilities. That boss was just for the demo. I made him a lot easier, so we wouldn't be sitting here a long time and possibly losing the battle and have to restart again. So I just gave him 3 health for the battle. That's why it was only 1 round. Yeah, and you can sell abilities to get more gold, and you can also merge abilities too. Like if you have an ability you want to get a bit stronger, for example, let's merge this. Maybe let's. And by merging 2 abilities, you sacrifice like one that's at least as worth as much as the other one, and we don't have enough money. All right, let's do a simpler one. Just upgrade this fire AoE right there with our ice attack. And this allows us another revenue for improving your spirits. You can either do that, or you can defeat bosses to get new spirits. And since everything is done in Compact, we've actually innovated quite a few features for Compact developers. Like I believe we're the first ones to use dynamic witnesses to implement division. As well as the modulus, which is extensively used throughout this contract. And I've even had people come up to me, I think when we went to the Midnight Summit in London, and they actually used our code as the base of their code off of for that feature, because all of our work is open source to help other developers. Yeah, and you can see we've now got a slightly stronger fire AoE ability there. There's also quests in the game, which are like a bit stronger than normal. And well, you should have to wait like a while before you can go on them. So they kind of freeze your spirits in action, so that you'll have to use your other spirits in the meantime. And they're the main way to get new spirits. Okay. Yeah. And the code base that we're working with, I believe it's probably it's got at least one of like the bigger code bases in Compact. Probably so far it's around 1,000 lines of code. It's before code generation, because there's also some code generation for more complex logic, especially at the start when some Compact features weren't fully fledged, like array support, and was not very good. It's come a long way since then. So some of these things we're using code generation for are probably not necessary anymore. But yeah, that was also us helping drive the feature prioritization for that as well, because some of the problems we ran into in this, as well as the first game that we did, helped prioritize features in Compact. Should I share the batcher or anything so we can see that everything's running on a network?
Yeah, you actually got a question about the batcher.
Okay, sure.
About the trust assumptions around the batcher.
Oh, I mean,
Sergey.
we don't have any right now. We're just privately using it. It's not a publicly exposed batcher. We have thought about like maybe in the future, like to standardize a batcher system that maybe like other dApps could use. But for now, this is just it. We don't have any trust assumptions right now.
I can add to that as well. As people might know, the Dust is the token that will be used for paying fees on the Midnight Network. And there is a project that's in the works called the Capacity Marketplace. And the goal is to allow people to basically sell their unused Dust to other people. And so we've been trying to figure out how to support this Capacity Marketplace in these kinds of experiences so that, any kind of developer for applications like this or any even just general admin application can leverage this kind of general purpose Capacity Marketplace instead of having to run their own batcher for every experience they build and have to own that infrastructure. Of course, there'll be some people that want to have their own infrastructure deployed. We will have kind of a generic solution. So keep an eye out for the Capacity Marketplace if you're interested in this kind of functionality.
Hey, were there any other questions about the batcher or?
No, I think, the only question about batcher is trust assumptions. And then the other one is, okay, it's not a question. I think you can
Yeah, just people riffing on ideas of games
Yeah.
and asset management tools for games and ways that we can. You've
Yeah,
inspired a
and one
lot of
thing we-
folks.
As Rob mentioned, this code is open source. But also something we'd love to do at some point is kind of a game modathon kind of thing. So we have a kind of hackathon where we have this base game and everybody has some time to try and modify the game in
Love.
whatever the way they want. And
Let's
then,
do it.
that's pretty cool is that you have this nice base to start with. So you can get a cool experience.
And then build upon
But also
it.
one thing that's nice about games is that they're not hard to deploy to mainnet. With a DeFi application, even if you build a DeFi application during a hackathon, deploying it to mainnet carries a legal financial risk.
Yeah, the weight.
But for a game, it's if the game breaks, it's just the game. It's not as big of a deal. So for anybody who would like to try out, building ZK powered games, we're gonna have this kind of easy way for them to get started. And hopefully, if you have not deployed something to testnet yet, and if you want to deploy something on mainnet but aren't sure what to deploy yet, this is hopefully kind of a low.
It makes it so
barrier way for you to get
approachable.
there.
Yeah. Oh, I really like that. And then people are asking where they can find the code.
It's on the Pyma Studios GitHub. Should we link that or?
Yeah, let's send a link in the chat.
Okay. 1 second. Right. Okay. I've got the link, but I can't seem to send any messages in the chat.
We have a private chat to the left on this platform, and then Samson can pop it in.
Just posted that. As we mentioned, this is our second game, Odd Minute. We actually had a whole first one at the start as well.
Yeah, and if you have any questions about the code, obviously you can create an issue on the GitHub. But also Rob is in the Midnight Discord as well. So if you're in that Discord, you can also reach out to.
Yeah, I think people recognized him.
Yeah. Yeah.
They were like, "Is it Rob?"
Yeah.
Oh, cool. Thanks for popping that on the screen, Samson. That's perfect. What's the name of the first game? Not Dust to Dust.
Right. Cachino Coliseum. That was the first game. I can link that too if you want. It's a player versus player turn-based arena battler.
Yeah.
Which was, I think, finished around March. So it's been a while since we worked on that. Might have been April, actually.
Yeah, that was around the time gaming was all the chat at the time, because we had also done the Sea Battleship hackathon at the time too. So
yeah, I think this was a little bit before that, but
yeah. Definitely,
yeah. We're working on very early technology there. Yeah, in terms of like also game wise, I just want to show this off. In terms of like the synergies, you can see this left one here has like yellow color based things, and the others two have these triggers. So this yellow one here will actually activate these triggers here, so we'll get extra defense this round. You'll see it'll activate these two, and now their extra defense will apply after they're done their main. Let's see. Oh, and this spirit here to the right actually triggered an extra 30 damage here that was just dealt. There, we got our extra defense there. So that's why, like, when you're playing the game, you actually want to like spend some time like, well, maybe this ability isn't the best normally, but like if you pair it with some other abilities, it can really help you out with the synergy there. So we've thought quite a bit about like actual game design too, not just the basic crypto technologies. We want to something that would actually be fun for end users to play. We also did want to take advantage of like composable contracts to have the spirits be like their own kind of NFTs that users could trade outside of the Gametron project, but we didn't have it. That was not available yet at the time. But we do want to take advantage of that feature for future games. And we do have like quite a few other bosses as well. And areas as well. I just only have one deployed right now because it takes a while to deploy the other ones. But we do have like the full game content for 3 levels each of 4 regions. So there's like 12 areas with different enemies, different bosses in them.
Yeah, we'll also have some more templates coming up for applications that span multiple blockchains. So if you want to build a game that has, for example, Midnight plus EVM or Midnight plus Cardano or all 3 or other chains as well, we'll have some more examples of applications and games using these kinds of concepts as well. So if you're interested in kind of trying to push the limit of what you can do on Midnight, definitely don't hesitate to reach out to me on Twitter or the Midnight team in general on Discord, and we can probably try and figure out how our team can help you bring your idea to life. As I mentioned, a lot of what our team is focusing on is trying to enable the future of Midnight. And right now, a lot of stuff we're building is stuff that we think is the future. But of course, we don't necessarily want to just build our vision for the future. We also want to know what the community wants, what they're trying to build, and make sure that we help build the right templates and the right features to enable your use cases. So definitely don't hesitate to reach out.
Sergey's asking a question to dive deeper into the batcher. Is this similar to what Hydra is doing?
No, not really. So Hydra is a state channel. So you do multiple transactions within a Hydra head, and then you come out at the end. Whereas for this game, every proof you see gets submitted directly to the blockchain directly. There's no intermediate state channel. It's just that the fee is paid by somebody else, and that's it. Now, of course, if you want to have a game that scales to a massive player base, this kind of design will not be enough because you will kind of clog up the Midnight Layer 1. And so we'd like to be able to have different ways to build games that support this kind of higher scale throughput use cases. There are some projects in the Midnight kind of track that are meant to enable these things. But you can reuse some of the other ideas from other ecosystems like Hydra from the Cardano ecosystem if you want to try building a ZK-fied state channels, which is definitely something that's doable.
Okay, I think that's it for now for questions. I want to believe we're good to go. Oh, yes, Sagi mentioned. Thank you. Yeah, Sagi responded already. I think that answers his question.
Okay, awesome. And I think Sebastien has to drop anyhow for another call. So thank you for joining us. It's such a pleasure. And thank you for coming and introducing yourself to the developer community, the ecosystem. It's such a joy and just a treat to be able to have our CTO kind of make a debut and say hey to everybody here with the Fireside Hang.
Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Thank
Thanks
you.
for everybody who joined us.
When Starstream. So what's up next, Idris? What you got?
Yes, thank you so much. So now let me talk about an opportunity for creators in our community. I think we've had like a lot of things, ongoing. And then first, I want to thank Seb and also Rob for the demo and also showcase. Once again, thank you for showing this to our community. And I know a lot of people will benefit from like the code base that was shared and also how some of these things are done under the hood. Thank you so much. So we want to talk about, are we talking about like the creators community generally? We recently launched the Midnight Content Bounty, and this is your chance to create educational content about Midnight and also get paid for doing it. So there are a couple of things, as you can see on the screen right now. There's an announcement that went out a couple of days ago about, all you need to know, what we are looking for, what type of content are we looking for. We're looking for written tutorials and guides, video walkthroughs, and also explainers. Sometimes you might want to just demo something and then do a code walkthrough, or you might have to just like create a content, like maybe 5 minutes content, 10 minutes content that are just like explainer content that explains concepts in a way that's easy for anyone to understand. And also technical documentation contribution, code example and sample projects, and anything around zero knowledge proof, privacy tech, and Midnight architecture in general. So if you take a look at this, I'm going to share this once again if you haven't seen it, so that we can all be a part of this program. And there are a couple of things to also note here, right? Because we're prioritizing things based on whatever our community wants to contribute. We have some rules and things that we kind of work with to make this content bounty program a successful one. First thing you need to do is to head over to GitHub Contributor Hub project. If you head over to the Contributor Hub project on GitHub, you can filter by any card that you find with the bounty label. Those are the only ones that are required, at least valid for this round of content bounty. And as you can see, we have a couple of issues already created and assigned. The interesting part here is, we bring me to the next point here, is whenever you find something that matches your skill and interest, you should request an assignment on the issue. And this is strictly based on first come, first serve. So you might be wondering, we have a couple of issues already and a couple of people are assigned to it. The good thing is, if you find anyone that match your skill set and you still want to contribute, please go ahead and leave a comment on any of these issues that you find interesting, right?
Does it become like a queue?
Yes, exactly.
Cool.
Yeah, so, and we review every Friday just to make sure that everything is on track. The rule is very simple. If you are working on anything, just share progress, like status that, oh, I've done this, this is left. If you have your first draft, share. We are going to give you feedback. We have, the DevRel team monitoring the entire repo, so we are always sure that you get the feedback within few days. And the reason why you should be on the queue is because in case someone else stops working on it, you can just the content can be assigned to you. So please do check it out. And then I know we have content from tutorial to videos to articles, documentation. So depending on whatever you want to do, if you don't want to do a video content, then you can, do a technical how-to guide. But this is not all. For now, this is what we're working with. What we plan to do is we are going to roll out another batch, and that would have even a lot more tutorials, a lot more content to work on. But for now, this is what you would find. I have seen a lot of people also commenting on some other random issues on the board. Unfortunately, those are not valid issues that we are tracking. Any issue, the only issues we are tracking is the one with the bounty label. Please make sure that you have anyone you are responding to. I've seen a couple of comments on different cards, which are also cards for contribution, but they are not part of the bounty program. So the goal is quite simple, to make sure that it's easier for developers to learn about Midnight and also start building with Midnight. So you can check out the post on forum, you can scan the QR code, takes you here, and you can get started immediately. You don't need to do anything else. So we've also structured the conversation. You can also find it in the announcement post, the way we review the submission process and also the review process, which is the very important part. Part of the review process, if you're writing documentation or blog posts, we encourage you to request for review before publishing them. So the good thing is that we want to make sure we can reward you for your effort. We don't want you to publish a content that at the end of the day, we won't find valuable enough, and then you will miss out on getting paid for your effort. So always make sure that you share a draft. If it's a video, share a private draft and give us access. We are going to review. If it's a blog post, nowadays dev.to, Medium, Ashnode, all of these blog platforms, they allow you to share a preview. So when you share a preview, we are going to review. If you don't want to use all of those ones, you can use Dropbox or Google Docs. We are also going to give feedback. And then even if you are doing contribution to our docs, you need to submit a review first. Then once that goes through, we just tell you to submit a PR, and then the docs team will take it up from there in case there's any other feedback. But we encourage you to get a review from us, because all of the issues that we created, we know the expectation, we know the outcome. So we want to make sure that it aligns before we can move on to the next stage. We don't want to bring you back or not at any point in time not reward you for your effort put in to create any of this type of content. So you can find more information here and also on pricing and all of that. Quality, I also want to quickly talk about quality, right? So I've seen conversation on I would submit this tomorrow, or this will be ready in 2 days. For now, speed is good, but speed is not required at this point. So I responded to a couple of messages on the chat, emphasizing that speed is good, but not required here. What matters most here is the quality of the submission, because at the end of the day, we want to make sure that whatever we are publishing, it's good and also have enough quality and really, really valuable to every community member and also the community at large. So we also want to share this content on our socials personally. The team wants to share it, so we need to make sure that we are sure of the value the content is going to bring, so that we can support, co-promoting your content across every social media platform that we're currently on. Right. So that's it. The next thing I want to talk about, if you have any questions, please feel free to ask. We'll be happy to answer all of them. The next thing I want to quickly touch on here.
Here, before you go, Stephanie had a question. I think she was a little lost about, she said
Okay.
she wasn't sure how to find what is available and what's not. But I think that you explained it. It seems like she caught up while you were explaining it.
Okay.
But to be fair, there aren't any available open right now. So all of them were claimed. And there's a queue, if you will. So my best tip, though, would be to search for the label bounty. And that's how you can see all of the ones that we've tagged. We can't have every issue be open for the bounty. And so the ones that are open for it are the ones have been claimed already. But again, yeah, if they aren't active, they'll get reopened. So
Yeah, thank you very much for that. So the reason why you should join the queue is that I know I reassigned a couple of issues last Friday,
perfect.
and like the next person picked it up and they've submitted the draft already.
Oh, cool.
And then when I asked, hey, how come this is super fast? Like the person said he has already started working on it, even though he knew that maybe not to get to him or not. So and then that's just like, optimism and showing interest that I want to work on this content irrespective. So please join. Even if you find like 3 people or 4 people before you, don't, regardless, just join. You never can tell. It's an opportunity. And then when we have like more issues, we'll also do an announcement like this and share with everyone. So
we should drop it at midnight too. We should always do those sort of things. And then John is asking if we could share all of the links in our video description afterwards, so that people, when they're watching this later, can just have fast links. I think that's fair. We could do that.
Yeah, we can do that.
Good idea.
Okay. Yeah, so to OpenZeppelin, the reason why I want to showcase this is that I have, like, during the Midnight Summit Hackathon, there are like a couple of conversations on how to get started, where to get started, and also beyond just getting started. It's always good if you have built on Ethereum before, or probably you're familiar with OpenZeppelin library. You'll see that they are both like they brought the same energy and also the same approach to Midnight, with a library written in compact. So, and one thing that I've noticed, that some people do not know how to find this particular library, and which is one thing I want to also showcase here. So if you Google compact contract or OpenZeppelin compact contract, you would be redirected to this GitHub repo. So this GitHub repo contains like different contracts that you can look at, but in particular, mostly focus on fungible and non-fungible tokens, like token contract in general. So you can see fungible token contract, you can see non-fungible token contract, and you can see multi-token contract. So should, in case you are building, the game that we just showcased now, you want to utilize NFTs, for example, you can take a look at the compact contract here, or kind of extend the contract to build your own application. And the same thing goes to fungible tokens and also multi-tokens, which is 1155 tokens. Token type rather. But there's also one cool part here, the docs here. So if you go to docs.openzeppelin.com/contract-compact, I'm going to share this again so you can scan, in case you need it. If you check, you see that you can find like a couple of details, like explanation on what exactly is available today and what you can build with, like really, really detailed implementation that you can take a look at. This is super, super useful. When I found out this documentation exists, it makes my life like really easy, because I was usually going through the contract and reading the code myself, right, and trying to understand. So if you have access, which is public right now, take a look at it, get some clarity on how some of these functions are being implemented, some of the operators that we have today, how it's being utilized, and all of that. And then you'll be happy, just like me, when I found out. So, I think, and that is to call out here in the contract here. If you look at the OpenZeppelin contract, you see something around this repo is still highly experimental and all of that. So you can still use it because they are still building on it, but as that today, it is something useful that you can build on and then deploy to testnets and also experiment with it. So big thanks to the OpenZeppelin team and also for contributing this repo, building with us, working with us to make sure that we can reach even more developer ecosystem going forward. So, all right, everyone, now it's time for Q&A, and I want to pass the mic to Samson to talk about the Aliit program. I know I've seen a couple of DM on Telegram about how to join as an ambassador, right? So this is your time to pay attention and then listen. So yeah, because I remember clearly a couple of people from
And
you
let me
guys from the
let me
past.
pause really quickly too before we dive into the midnight technical ambassador
Yeah,
program, because I think
yeah.
I saw. Let me find his name. Sire Andy on Twitter or X asked about the ambassador application update, and I believe that they're asking about the community ambassador program, and the goal for that is end of week, the comms for that. So everybody be on the lookout for that. And that is the broader, bigger community ambassador program. And that's not what our developer relations team is in charge of. We're in charge of the technical ambassador program. So there's a differentiation. We'll work to make sure that we can really clarify the difference between those two. But yeah, just want to be sure that everyone is aware of two different things. And that program, we're aiming to get comms out by end of week for everybody that applied to that, which is exciting because it's very soon. It's already Wednesday.
Yeah, yeah. Cool. Yeah.
Yeah.
Can you hear me, Rob? Okay.
Yeah, loud and
Okay.
clear.
Cool. Yes. I was going through the comments and I was like, hey, it was interesting. I was like, wait, did we open up another application for the elites? Right. So yeah. So just to kind of for people that are watching and hearing the word elite for the first time. So the elite is the technical ambassador program. We self-launched and we kept hidden, and then of course officially made it public at the Midnight Summit, which was great. Officially, we have about 17 elite members across 11 countries, which is amazing. They've been the great thing about this individuals is that they've been part of our ecosystem. They've been building. They've been hackathon winners. They've been helping out on Discord. They've been writing articles, and and also even being here, learning from them has been super amazing. And that's why this program is like really dear to me, because of course I'm the one that is always always making sure that they get excited. And if you want to be part of this, it's still the same flow, or it's going to be the same flow because everyone is going to be on Zili. But I think it's really important that it's not about the numbers of points you get at Zili that makes you eligible. Because again, like Lauren mentioned, the community ambassador program is again just like the general community, while the technical ambassadors is more focused on builders. So if you go to Zili, which I'm gonna pop up on our screen right now. If you go to the Zili quest, which is on the screen right now, you would see that there are multiple modules. There's like community side, there's the building side. There's like a lot of track you can focus on. And for us, to be honest, like you can claim as much as you can claim, but I think once you get up to 1,000 points, then I would go, or the DevRel team would go and then look into your application. But to be completely honest, we're going to be very, very biased on your technical experience. So the points you're getting from Zili has to reflect your technical abilities. So your ability to go out there and do the bounty program that Idris just talked about, or you participated in a hack, or you've been contributing to our open source code, or you just recently did the Hacktoberfest. There's a lot of things that we've been doing, or you're constantly building on Midnight, which is super cool. And I think once you have that 1,000 points, and then we go and review, we can see your history and what made up those 1,000 points. And then we invite you into this really awesome group of folks that are building. And I think, like I said, it's all about, you're shipping demos, you're doing tutorials, you're supporting the developers, with and across Discord, to forum, to your personal accounts. Right now, we're currently on cohort 0, and the goal is to end somewhere around Q1 in 2026. So at that time, we're going to be reviewing applications real time. So I would encourage you, as you're preparing for Christmas, as you're going into New Year, you should be thinking about what ideas you want to do. You should be claiming as much point as you can. But again, before the end of Q1, we're going to extend an invite to more people. So again, like I said, the elite members, the goal here is to build And then the cool thing that you get, which I'm not going to say a lot here, but I'm just going to give you a glimpse of it, is you're going to have early access to tools. As the DevRel team, as the engineering team are building cool stuff, you have this secret platform or secret space where we get to tell you some secret things, that you can test, and then of course you can give us feedback directly, because again, you're the extension of the community. You're the extension of, for us, you're the extension to the community, and for the community, you're an extension of the DevRel team. It's super amazing. It's like a very sweet spot to be, if I'm being honest. Again, and the extension goes beyond, staying virtual. In this case, you're representing us at events. You're going to speak at conferences. We support you to go through things. Technical hangouts. And of course, like I mentioned, right, it's just pretty straightforward as of right now. The way to be eligible for the Elite program is to go to the Zilli Quest, claim as much as you can claim, ship demos, share your learnings. And once you're about 1,000 points, we're going to invite you to the program. So I think that's sort of what I wanted to mention. Again, all the 17 ambassadors so far have been building amazing stuff. The way you can tell on Discord is just to, I think I can't remember the color, but there's an Elite tag on the Discord name with a very nice color. So of course you're gonna see more as they interact with you on the some of the channels. So again, feel free to reach out to them. You can always ask them about their personal experience, their personal journey on how they became an Elite member. More time we're going to be featuring them on the Fireside Hang, for them to come talk about a story, what they're building. We've showed some people in the past, I think we had like Sam Jeffrey at some point. We're going to be having more people in the future, and that's the beauty about what we've been building so far, and I'm really excited about it.
Yeah, I mean, it's so cool. Sam's a good example. Just last weekend, he was representing Midnight at the Cardano Hack Asia hackathon. He represented Midnight. We didn't have the ability to send anyone from the DevRel team to that event to be there as a judge. He was there as the Midnight mentor. And so he was our boots on the ground for that event. So he was an extension of the developer relations team for us there. So that would have been possible without the ambassador program. Andreas is translating docs into Indonesian for the forum right now, which is incredible, and building a community locally there, which is also awesome. And yeah, Aliit has started there's a bunch of folks that are starting YouTube channels, I think.
Yeah.
I love that. Yeah. So everyone is kind of, I would say, leaning into their own skill sets, it seems like. Like kind of maybe I'm hoping that soon they'll be learning from one another too and pushing to see.
Oh, they're doing that already. They're doing that already on Discord.
Right? Yeah. Stephanie's starting to blog as well. Like, I love it. I think everyone, I think it's a good opportunity to stretch their skill set and like you're surrounded with people who also have things that they're or you're surrounded by people who also have similar interests but also have different skill sets. So yeah, it's a great opportunity to learn from one another, and they're experts in their own areas too. So
yeah,
it's an impressive group.
Yeah, Lauren, do you wanna take on the question from Sergey?
Main idea is exactly as we said, to network effect. We have a small team. It's a 6 of us, so we can't be everywhere all at once, but I want Midnight to be everywhere all at once. That's my life mission right now. It's all I care about. And I want every developer anywhere who is even curious about data protection to have the opportunity to learn about it. And I want us to be able to bring that locally to folks, to meet developers where they exist. Online, of course, but also in person. So local meetups. There's something really great about that my entry into tech was a local Ruby meetup, and that being supported in my tech community was very important to me. And so I want to make sure that devs in their journey, in their learning, and their building are supported. And so if we can be a part of that journey wherever people are globally, then I'm all for it. So the network effect. My hope is that every single person in the Elite will bring 100 more devs in, and then each of them, if they join the Elite, then they will bring 100 more, right? It's I keep joking that I'm this like MLM madam, that like I am, trying to scale this crazy thing, but I really, really care about us bringing this organically and sharing the importance of selective disclosure and bringing people along for the ride, empowering them with the technology and making it accessible for them. So we all have the story of why we care about it. I think when we tell it in our own version at those local meetups, there's something there. There's something powerful there. So that's the original vision. But I also believe in paying people for this stuff too, right? Like we need to make sure that people are rewarded for all of their work, incentivized for it too, and that they get cool swag and that they get, and then it's freaking fun and that it is a community and it feels good to be a part of and all of that stuff too. So yeah, it all has to be like awesome too.
Yeah, and I think and this, it's kind of like part of the future plan. I think one of our goals too is at some point, sometime next year, we're gonna be getting the elites. We're gonna do Elite Summit. Where like you can meet in person or virtually and talk about learnings. I met Elliot just last weekend at the Dev conference in person because he wasn't able to attend the summit. And then that's the beauty about it, because you might be going to an event and then suddenly there's someone within the community.
Yeah.
And I've been in multiple ambassador program, and I always love it when I see fellow technical ambassadors.
Yeah, and that's exactly it. Like we want, and I want as it grows, I want us to lean into, okay, I want us to grow a strategy of like, I want someone to be the North America rep or like the LATAM rep, et cetera. And so that we have, but then also ecosystem reps, because we know we have different strategies there, but then also having lead event reps and like different verticals within all of it too, right? Because it can grow in so many different ways. We can have a content lead. We can have, so, right? Like it can all go and evolve the way that we need to see where our elite take us though. Right now we're seeing a lot of great content creation from the group. And we're seeing good events come from them, from proposals. Eric and Tina were the first to do the Cardano Summit. That was the first. So we take the lead from them. Back to what Sebastien was saying at the beginning, like this is Web3. We cannot impose as the mothership what we think is best. Like that's Web2, baby. No, like this has to be, we have to go where the ship is taking us. And so, yeah, I'm so excited to see where it goes. I have no idea. I don't know. Kind of love it. Kind of love the unknown. It's terrifying, but I'm along for it. I don't know.
Yeah. Thank you so much, Samson. Thank you all for also asking question. If you have one question, please drop it. And if you have questions related to the game, the compact code and all of that, please, Rob will be happy to answer all of them now. If not, you can also always ask on Discord. We'll be happy to help you. And we have like more resources going out, more content being created, from DApp to video content, to video series, to DApp tutorials, and also Build Club, right? There's a lot to share around Build Club, but I think join us next week. Jay will be here to share, what we're planning for that. And I would love to see more projects and more people building. So keep building, keep creating. And if you are making content about Midnight, we also want to see it. Share it with us. Find us on Discord. They have the forum. You can also reach us to me personally directly anywhere you find my post. Just DM me. I'll be happy, to help. Thanks again, everyone, for joining today's Fireside Chat. And then happy building. We can't wait to see you next week.
See you soon.
Bye, guys.
Bye.
Bye. Thanks for having me on.
Wednesday. Yeah, thanks for joining us, Rob. That was awesome. Live demo. No chaos either. Demo
Oh,
guys
the
were good
second
too.
time. The first one had a few more issues.
Oh, okay. All right. Bye, folks.
So, yeah.
Oh, Restream doesn't want to end? Okay, great. Let's hang out. What do you want to talk about?
Strange, I was literally posting like,
Oh, faucet. Yeah, faucet. That's a great question. Should be back up and running. Keep requesting tokens. It sounds like some bad tokens because of the Cardano issue that happened a week ago. What is time? Like, when was that even? Oh, it's so
I think it was
confusing.
last week.
I don't know.
No,
Like,
2 weeks now.
honestly, 2 weeks
It's
ago,
about 2
I have no
weeks now,
idea. Time is, but yes, keep requesting because better tokens, but valid tokens. God,
Yeah.
I'm losing my mind. I have to go make dinner for my kids. Okay, so now Samson's gone. How is Samson gone? How's
No,
that
he said
possible?
we should stay on a bit. So yeah.
Oh, okay. I was like, it's not possible for him to be gone. He's
Yeah.
running this. Oh, that's fun.
Yeah.
And then the two of us were forever on a restream for the rest of our lives.
That's interesting. It's a good time to still talk to people.
Is it interesting? Yeah, sure. But yes, Stephanie, it should be just, I would say, keep requesting, and if you do get a yes and you aren't seeing it, then get it again.
Yeah.
That was my takeaway from the message from Shielded. Idris, was that yours as well?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Okay.
I noticed some people requested. Oh, sorry, Samson. I noticed some people requested, and then, like, after some time, they come back and tell me, "Oh, they have not received it."
Right.
So,
Yes, exactly. And even though you got it, like, it came through.
Mhm.
And so yeah.
Okay, no worries.
Yeah. No, Stephanie, just that not that they weren't valid, but the transaction wasn't going through, and so it perceived as though it was to you. So anyhow, it wasn't showing up in your wallet though. So so you just need to request it again if it's not showing up.
Yeah.
That's all. But it should be
Okay. So I think we're good now. So we can end.
yeah, please, yes.